All right, well, I'm Tom.
And I'm Robbie.
Get ready for another episode of the Movie Audit.
That's right.
This week's movie is The Taking of Pelham 123, starring John Travolta and Denzel Washington, directed by Tony Scott.
What is the going rate for a New York City hostage today? What do you think, $1 million a piece is too high?
Maybe I'm not the guy you should be talking to. I'm a civil service employee.
What time do you got on your watch?
2:13.
59 minutes, I'm gonna start killing passengers.
You don't want innocent people dying, do you?
You tell me. Life is simple now. You just have to do what I say.
So, I watched the original Pelham 123. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I just wanted to say that I didn't like it as much as the original. I thought it took itself a little bit too seriously. It almost seemed like it was a 2-hour music video or something like that. Every once in a while, they decide to throw in some guitar solos and some rock music to kind of like liven it up for Generation X or something like that. I thought they were just trying to make it cool instead of just relying on the story to move everything along.
I thought it did good just starting off. Like, they went into the action pretty quickly. You know, they started hijacking the train right away. But I just didn't like how the whole movie is just this build up, and then when you get there, it's kind of like, oh, that's lame. It was better than I thought it'd be. That's for sure. But I still thought there was pretty cheap effects. There's a part where there's police chases. They're getting ready to get in the cars and they're revving the engines, and for no reason they're just sitting there, vroom, 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 and all these guys on motorcycles, and it seemed like it was put together by some high school kid who thought motorcycles were cool and fast trains are cool and stuff like that. I didn't really think it was that well done. There were some kind of cheap effects when they were showing some of the parts of the movie when the train was going fast. That kind of bugged me because I figured, you have Denzel Washington and you got John Travolta there. You think they'd have enough money to maybe actually show a train moving quickly. That's just my opinion.
And speaking of John Travolta, I thought it was really stupid that, he has like a lot of facial hair. He's like, they're trying to drive home to the audience, this guy is bad, and it's like, as soon as he comes on, you're like, well, look at that guy, look at his mustache, this guy is hardcore.
He's got a tattoo on his neck.
Yeah, he's got a tattoo on his neck. He's a bad guy because look at the tattoo on his neck. With that said, it wasn't slow moving or anything. The movie really moves along at a pretty good pace. It never feels slow. But at the same time, it kind of felt like, what's the point? I left the theater just, all right, I saw this movie. I guess I had a good time, but I'll probably forget about it in a week. With that said, I give The Taking of Pelham 123 3 out of 5.
If I were to rate this movie, I'd give it a 2.5.
This week's movie spotlight is the original Taking of Pelham 123. This 1975 film, directed by Joseph Sargent, is based on a novel by John Gotti. It stars Walter Matthau, Robert Shaw, and Jerry Stiller. The pacing in this movie is terrific. There never seems to be a dull moment while watching this film. The plot itself might not have all of the twists and turns that's typical in a standard Hollywood film today, but while you're watching it, it really doesn't matter, just because it's so fun.
You're a wise mother, you know that? I'd like some more.
And those that are fans of Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs will find something very interesting when watching this film.
Mr. Gray.
Hi, Mr. Green.
Mr. Brown. Mr. Gray. Whoa. Mr. Green.
All in all, I thought this movie was terrific, and I would recommend it to anyone that likes a good heist movie. This movie had great pacing, it was fun, and it was exciting. Even though it might not be the most mind-blowing movie you've ever seen, maybe it didn't really even make you think after you got out of it. It sure was a great ride while it lasted. I give it 4 out of 5 stars.
You don't want to go in there.
Suppose I do anyway.
And I'll shoot your pee-pee off.
Pee-pee?
Alright, that's another episode of the Movie Audit. I'm Robbie.
I'm Tom.
And thanks for watching.